In this video, I want to explain to you the raw formula I've used to go from a brokie to a 4-figure business owner in less than 6 months. To get this straight, I'm not gonna explain to you which side hustle to start or what website to make money from, because I can give you a whole list of the most profitable businesses in 2023. But if you don't have the roadmap that I'll be revealing in this video, you won't be able to start up or maintain any successful business. A quick story about myself. My name's Liam and I'm 18 years old. I've always searched for young entrepreneurs who shared their journey to becoming multi-millionaires, but I was never able to find one. For this reason and many others, I've created this channel to document my journey. So my goal for this video is to provide you with the 4 raw principles which I used to go from a guy who leveled up in video games to a guy who's currently leveling up in the business game. Starting from scratch, the first 2 things I did were, first of all, choosing the business that I want to grow, and second would be searching for ways to start it up. After completing these 2 initial steps, I asked myself, what's next? This has led me to the simple discovery of the first principle of the formula for business success, which is consistency. I struggled to understand its main importance because I always thought that a day will come when I'll suddenly become successful without putting in the extra work. But later on, I realized that great companies and successful lives don't happen suddenly. Elon Musk worked 100-hour weeks consistently for over 7 years to finally found his first successful company and went on to become a billionaire after founding others. Cristiano Ronaldo went from humble beginnings to becoming a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, all because he trained every single day for years. And finally, Michael Jordan, who won 6 NBA championships, achieved his success through a combination of talent, hard work, and consistency year after year. You see, today's society tends to focus on successful stories of people who seemingly became overnight billionaires, ignoring the countless hours of working and practicing that went into achieving this success. With all that being said, consistency is the greatest principle for long-term success. But the thing is, consistency alone isn't enough. You can be consistent in practicing something, but maybe you're doing it the wrong way. This is where the right knowledge steps in. By right knowledge, I mean the proven and tested methods that work in most cases. To put it simply, imagine you have set a destination for yourself and you are consistently working to reach it. However, there are many different paths and obstacles that you must navigate to reach your destination. In this situation, you have 2 strategies that can help you reach your goal. The first is you can try each path and face numerous obstacles along the way, eventually reaching your destination in a year's time. Or you can invest in a roadmap from experts who have already reached the destination you want to reach. It will guide you towards the shortest routes as well as give you the tools to overcome obstacles, and eventually you reach your destination in just 4 months. Why did I give such an example? Because if you want to reach your goals faster, all you gotta do is invest in the right knowledge and apply it consistently. Whether you've learned this knowledge from mentors, books, courses, or wherever you want. In the past 6 months, I've invested in 2 private mentors, 4 courses, and around 7 books to gain access to the roadmaps and strategies that help me reach my targets faster. And I want to remind you that knowledge is infinite. There will never be a time when you have reached the maximum level of knowledge. Now that I was consistent and had the right knowledge, I was able to move on to higher levels in business, but not with the speed that I wanted. So I dug deeper and discovered the 3rd principle, which gave me insane momentum within 2 months' time. This principle is self-discipline. We live our daily lives without realizing the effect of every action we do. Newton's 3rd law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. We stay up late, we wake up late. We overeat, we gain weight. We spend too much time scrolling, we lose focus. And note that those were silly habits I made every day without realizing how much they affected my health and productivity. But soon enough, I decided that I needed to change these habits. The first habit that I worked on changing was the dopamine seeking habit. It refers to the continuous pursuit of dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter responsible for motivation and pleasure. This habit can be done through binge eating, scrolling, watching, gambling, and worst case scenario, drugs. It also makes you feel good at the moment, but after you're done, all you feel is shame and depression. And the worst part is that the more you do it, the more draining and addictive it becomes, taking up a lot of your time and energy. With that being said, I want you to imagine spending 2 hours a day performing this dopamine-seeking habit. When you multiply those 2 hours a day by 365 days, the total hours you have lost amount to 730 hours. Now imagine if you have used these hours to learn a new skill instead. In just 1 year, you could have become an expert in that skill, and those 730 hours would not have been wasted, harming your personal growth and development. Now, I know some of you might argue that we need relaxation and entertainment, which is true. However, if you want to achieve your goals in the fastest time possible, you can replace damaging activities like scrolling and watching with more productive ones. In my case, I replaced those activities with reading a book and gaining valuable knowledge. And I know this transition might be hard for some of you, but remember what Michael Jordan says. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy, but I'm telling you it's going to be worth it. The second habit that I worked on perfecting was sleep. I used to stay up until 1 to 3 a.m. and wake up for university at 7 a.m., leaving me exhausted and unproductive for the rest of the day. So I started sleeping 10 minutes earlier every night until I achieved the routine of sleeping at 10 p.m. and waking up at 5 a.m. This change improved my mood, focus, productivity, and most importantly, confidence. And as Benjamin Franklin says, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Now that I've revealed 3 principles that work together as a puzzle, what remains is to share the last principle that will complete the formula by unlocking more opportunities for you. This principle is networking. Now, what I mean by networking is building relationships with people who share the same interests. A network can also be a group of people you hang out with. Nonetheless, I heard someone saying that network equal to net worth, and it took me some time to really understand why this formula is true. However, here's a simple example that explains it all. Suppose you meet Andrew, who is a millionaire, and Andrew introduces you to James, who is a multi-millionaire, and James introduces you to Alex, who is a billionaire. And the next thing you know is that you're friends with elite players who can hand you whatever you ask for with one phone call. That's simple, but not easy. And remember, you can't meet high-level players unless you are one. And to become one, you gotta at least master the first 3 principles that I've mentioned so far. Folks, what I've just revealed was a pure formula that took me from being a brokie to being a 4-figure business owner in less than 6 months. And I want to remind you that when you start, today might be difficult, tomorrow could be even more difficult, but the day after tomorrow will be beautiful. And as Jack Ma once said, most people die tomorrow evening. In the end, the decision is yours. Do you want to start today, or do you want to stay the same for eternity? Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.